welcome to the very first English language episode of Leer con Klem-Mari. Leer con Klem-Mari translates to Read with Klem-Mari, and I am Klem-Mari. And I have been recording Spanish language story times, recording read-alouds of books available in both English and Spanish, so that families, no matter what language parents or children may feel most comfortable speaking in, English or Spanish, can share the same books at home together. And I've decided to start doing that in English as well, so that families who maybe feel more comfortable with English at home can also enjoy Spanish language books at home. And we are starting with that today with our very first English language episode. And from now on, I'll be doing read-alouds of books available in both English and Spanish. I'll be reading aloud both versions so that everyone can enjoy the same books at home, no matter what language you feel most comfortable speaking or reading in. And so today I'm going to start this first English language episode doing a read aloud of a classic children's book that I've also already read in Spanish for Leer con Klem-Mari. This is, you may recognize it, Where the Wild Things Are. In Spanish, the book is called Donde Viven los Monstruos. And I read this book in Spanish, the Spanish version, for episode 11 of Leer con Klem-Mari. And you can go to the library's YouTube page and look at the Leer con Klem-Mari playlist. Check out episode 11 where I read aloud in Spanish, Where the Wild Things Are. But today I'm going to read it aloud in English. So, Where the Wild Things Are, Story and Pictures by Maurice Sendak. Where the Wild Things Are. And I'm reading this book with the permission of HarperCollins Publishers. Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another, like chasing the dog down the stairs. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up!" And he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. And grew into a ceiling hung with vines, and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day, and in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still!" and tamed them with the magic trick of staring all into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. And made him king of all the wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start!" They are doing the wild rumpus, dancing and jumping and howling and rolling their terrible eyes and showing their terrible claws and gnashing their terrible teeth and hanging from tree limbs, doing all sorts of dancing and hooting and hollering. "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all the wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. And so he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. And sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. And into the night of his very own room where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. The end. I hope you enjoyed that story. You may have heard it before, but now you can also enjoy this English language read aloud and enjoy episode 11 of Leer con Klem-Mari, where I read aloud the Spanish language version. As always, all of the books we share on Leer con Klem-Mari are all available for checkout in both English and Spanish from Nashville Public Library. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon on another episode of Leer con Klem-Mari. Goodbye.